What is going on YouTube? FS Boat checking in. Hope everyone is doing well. We got a good one today. The third and final version of the UNLV 2025 high school recruiting breakdown. So we only brought in 17 guys. Before we go into the recruits, I'll just break down how many of each position we brought in this year. 17 recruits in total. We had one quarterback, one running back, two wideouts, 3 O linemen, 4 D linemen. So it seems like they're trying to beef up the lines there. That means we should have some interesting position battles coming into the spring. 1 linebacker, 4 DBs, and 2 special teams players. So kind of what you would expect out of a high school recruiting class nowadays. We got 1 quarterback, he's kind of a promising kid. And I think that's exactly who we're going to kick it off with today. So for our first recruit, we do have our quarterback, Sebastian Kirko, 6'1" out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I believe he might have gone to school in like Nebraska or something before that. I remember him seeing him in the 7-on-7 circuit. He played for the Bootleggers down there in the boot, and he seemed a lot shorter. It seemed like he grew into his body a little bit. Happy to see it for him, but he had offers from Miami and Ole Miss, as well as Boston College and Georgia State, but ends up choosing UNLV. So this is on 3 certified. They said he got a swagger and moxie, and by the way he plays and from what I remember in 7-on-7, I do agree. He got a little bit of aura to him, as the kids like to say now. He can definitely spin the ball. He takes shots. He can put the ball where it needs to be. He played on an excellent team. He also played great competition in Florida. Maybe that's why his family moved him out there. But nonetheless, just an exciting player to have on our team. Now, we do understand the quarterback situation. He's probably not going to play this year. But if there's a dark horse in the Mountain West, I think it'd be Sebastian. I'm excited to see what he can do in the spring game. He got to get a few reps. I'm pretty sure he's already on campus. I wouldn't say he's a runner, but he's agile in the pocket. He could get around in the pocket and then extend the play and make it down the field. And I think that's very exciting to have. Even if it's just a freshman, you still want to try to develop something on the team. You can't just get everything from the portal forever, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully he's a guy that we can have stick around. Sebastian Kirko from Western High School in Davie, Florida. Happy to have you on the squad. For our next recruit, we have another local prospect, Elijah Logo from Liberty High School in Henderson. Liberty High School, one of the powerhouses, I guess you could say, in the Valley. He played with very great teammates. He played against some decent competition as well. So I don't want to make it seem like he wasn't out there playing against dogs. But Elijah Logo, 6'1" D lineman, weighing 281. I know some people might look at that 6'1" and say he's a little undersized, but in my opinion, he's a true nose. He just fits perfectly in that nose position. He's really good with double teams. He can sit down when he needs to. Great hands. If you let him, man, don't let him grab that chest plate. He's gonna drive you back. He's really aggressive. I like his speed as well. His pad level can improve. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's great. Certain times he gets really high. Certain times it's amazing. So it could improve. I'd like it for it to be amazing 24/7. But he's a young guy. Hopefully we can get him in here and develop. Like I said before, we're bringing in a decent amount of D linemen as well as O linemen this year. So there should be great position battle in the trenches going into the spring. Hopefully Elijah can make his way onto the field for that spring game. He's been committed he was definitely committed at the beginning of this high school season. So shout out Elijah Logo, hometown product, committing to the UNLV Rebels. For our next prospect, we're looking at Quandarius Keys, 6'2" cornerback out of Pearl River Community College. So he played at Pearl River Community College for 2 years. We're just gonna go with Quan. Quan was pretty much a top 10 JUCO corner. I'm looking at all the rankings and I'm pretty much averaging them out. Pretty much around right at the top 10. So he was pretty a highly touted recruit going into the transfer portal this year. In my opinion, he's a long corner, but he really seems very comfortable, and man, he's nice and aggressive. We love aggressive corners, especially in the Mountain West. You're gonna have to guard some teams running those actions towards the boundary. While I've seen a lot of balls thrown his way, the one thing I did notice is I didn't see too many plays being made. I didn't see too many interceptions. I didn't see too many nice deflections. Not saying anything, he's a bad player. He is not a bad player. I think he has an excellent frame. I personally think he could play right away. Like, I think he's going to be getting snaps in the fall in actual football games. But in my opinion, I just didn't see the playmaking ability from him. You know what I'm saying? We had a couple guys in the secondary this year that really went out of their way to make plays, and I think we need more of those guys if we want to keep that turnover ratio up. You know what I mean? So, Quandarius, happy to have you on the squad. Nice long corner to add to the arsenal. All right, final prospect, we got Mason DeBauer, 6'5", 310, offensive tackle from DVC Community College, and that's up there in California. They play in the same conference as Laney and Modesto and those teams, if I'm not mistaken. So going into Mason's film, and I promise when I break down film, it's nothing personal to anyone. I just look at the film, certain positions. I played offensive linebacker. I played outside linebacker, so I look at certain positions, especially the positions I used to break down in film, and I'm kind of a little harsher because I just notice things. So going into Mason, he has a pretty good frame. He's excellent in pass pro. He's kind of top heavy at times, and those feet get stuck in the ground. He gets caught leaning. We hate to see that. But one thing about offensive lineman film, and I noticed it about his, you don't want to have too many pass plays. He has way too many pass plays for my liking now. Everyone has a job, right? So maybe that's just one thing he's better suited for. But I didn't see too many run plays at all. In the run plays I did see, they weren't nothing downhill. He wasn't really moving guys the way I would like to see my offensive linemen move guys, especially ones that have already played college ball. But nonetheless, decent sized guy. There's we can develop him a little bit, and ultimately you're gonna have to run the ball, man. You're gonna have to learn how to put a hat on the hat. And I know there were plays there's no way, you know what I mean? Like, look at the film, they're straight pass plays. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy. So no offense, Mason, but next time not even you, but for future reference, any of the youngins watching this, if you're an offensive lineman, if your friend's an offensive lineman, let them put them run plays. Put them first. I don't care. Put them first. Let the people watching your film know that you move grown-ass men for a living. But besides that, welcome to UNLV, Mason. Happy to have you. Let's see what you can do going into season. That was the last recruit for UNLV 2025 high school recruit list. Pretty happy with the group of guys we got. We got a couple guys that we think can come in and make a difference instantly. Will those guys pan out? I don't know. Keep an eye out for the next video. We're going to be looking at position battles going into spring ball. Should be a whole lot of fun. You guys take it easy. I'll see you in the next one. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the video on Twitter or X or whatever you guys call it now. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Gang, gang.